We took Amtrak's California Zephyr from San Francisco to Chicago and stayed at the Hotel Triton. Today I'm going to tell you all about it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Down the Road Travel Channel. My name is Will Van Winkle. For our honeymoon, Dana and I headed to San Francisco and stayed at the Hotel Triton. I booked this hotel based on two things and two things alone. One, how close it was to the charter bus that took us to Emeryville to catch the California Zephyr, and two, price. Before even checking in, I was pleasantly surprised at the proximity to the Dragon Gate, which is one of the entrances to Chinatown. And the San Francisco Chinatown is one of the oldest and largest Chinatowns in the United States. We'll get to that later. Honestly, I had points on Hotels.com, and I got the room for fairly cheap considering it is California. After checking to see if we could walk or take public transportation to the bus stop, and checking some reviews to make sure it wasn't the Bates Motel, I booked it, and that was the extent of my research, and I had no real idea of what to expect. So when we walked from the BART, that is the train system in the Bay Area, Dana and I were extremely excited to see that it was right across from Chinatown. Actually, it was right across from the Dragon Gate. And because visiting that was a goal of ours, that really made life a lot easier. Be sure to check out our video on 8 hours in San Francisco that'll air later. And this serves as a perfect time to remind you to subscribe to this channel so that you get notifications when those videos are live. And also, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you give us a thumbs down, let me know what's wrong so that I can try to fix those things for future episodes and the channel gets better. The lobby is sleek, it's modern, it's fairly well laid out. They make great use of the space considering it is California. Space is at a premium, much like it is in New York. The check-in process, it was effortless. They sent me an email a couple of days before our trip allowing us to check in, make any requests that we needed to make. That email also has links to where you can purchase extra add-ons, such as early check-in. You can check in as early as noon for a small fee. Then another email sent out to let you know whether or not your request was approved or available. There are other amenities that you can purchase in advance as well. The paid extras include early check-in, late checkout, milk or hot chocolate and cookies in the room, valet parking, and bottles of wine in the room. There's a daily urban amenity fee, which goes to pay for free continental breakfast from 7 to 9 a.m., coffee service in the lobby from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., beer and wine and canned cocktails from 4 to 6 p.m., so they have their own happy hour. Fortune cookie at check-in. The fortune cookie comes from a shop in Chinatown, which is where the modern-day fortune cookie that we know now was invented. You get a $5 voucher for food from the grab-and-go area, use of the fitness room complete with a Peloton bike, free Wi-Fi, a 10% discount at Cafe de la Presa and Amarino Gelato. There are flow water dispensers throughout the property, so they have water filters rather than bottled water. Room service is available through Cafe de la Presa and free local attraction maps. We didn't use any of these amenities, but it's nice to know that they're included, and that's what you're paying for with your urban amenity fee. A lot of places where you have resort fees or amenity fees such as that, you're actually getting nothing for it. Here you're getting quite a bit if you want to take advantage of that. The hotel is pet friendly, and there's no extra charge for pets, which is very unusual. Most places that are pet friendly charge you a per night and a deposit. And that urban amenity fee really is worth it with all the things that you get, in my opinion. It is a little steep, but they're also very open about it. If you look at their webpage, it is right there. It's one of the first things that you see. And I can't complain because many hotels will hide those things. And as I said, you get nothing for them. Another great point to me was that the hotel was 100% non-smoking. So you don't really have to worry about whether or not the room smells kind of funny. There's no pool, but let's face it, again, San Francisco space is limited. You're not really going to have that kind of amenity. I would have liked to see a free shuttle service from the hotel to the airport and vice versa. But the BART was only $10.50 per person from the hotel or from the airport, in contrast to the $50+ that you would pay for the Uber. And who knows what for a taxi. And I think it took maybe a half an hour as opposed to the hour or more that you would have spent in the car because of traffic. So depending on your arrival time, I'm a little torn on the issue because the shuttle would have been nice, but also if you're coming in at rush hour or lunch hour even, you're going to spend a lot of time sitting on the shuttle or in the Uber or taxi or whatever you choose to take. So for us, BART was really the best way to go. So we were happy with the location. Check-in was a breeze thanks to the online pre-check-in. The lobby was very eclectic. It gave off a kind of a living room vibe, very relaxed. We were on the second floor, so we hit the elevator right off to the right of the check-in and went around to our room. Once we stepped off the elevator, we were immediately given the impression that the Triton is much older than it seemed on the ground floor. And that's because the building received a $6 million renovation back in 2018, and it does show. The hallways were not dirty or anything, but the feeling went from modern and sleek to historic and alive. I might add, there is a water filling station on the 6th floor and a carafe in the room, so you can go refill as needed and not waste a bunch of plastic. California is big on recycling, conservation, and this is one of those times where they really show that they're making an effort to make the planet a little bit better for future generations. We went into the room to freshen up, drop off our luggage, even though we had very little in the way of luggage. We didn't want to traipse around the city with overstuffed backpacks, marking ourselves as tourists and throwing our backs out in the process. We opened the door onto a beautiful and very comfortable king-size bed. Modern art on the walls, Carrara marble in the bathrooms, a huge storage alcove. I mean, most San Francisco houses don't have closets. This one had a space that you could probably have accommodated a travel crib with. It also had a hairdryer, ironing board in the room, USB ports on both nightstands for charging your phones, TV, storage space for your belongings. And I know some of these things seem like they're stupid things to mention, but if you check out my review on the Moxie Hotel in Berlin, you'll understand why I'm mentioning these things. Now, I will say the window unit AC was probably in need of replacement, or the metal shroud over it to give it a better look with the room prevented an accurate temperature reading. So it was a little warm in the room. You can hear the street noise at night, partially because of the window unit AC. It doesn't really filter out noise, and if it's not running, you're going to hear noise, partially because it's an older building and the windows are a little bit thinner. Also, it did take a little while for the water to heat up. However, this is a pretty old building, so things like that you're going to have to expect. The rooms were also a little dark because of the small window. So if you're there on business, you may need to head down to the study, which is what they call their business center, for better lighting. None of these minor issues would deter me from visiting again, though. There are 140 rooms. The red and blue carpet kind of gave a red rum feeling at the beginning, but when you look at it with everything in comparison to the rest of the hotels and halls, it made sense, and there was no foreboding feeling associated with it. Prices range from $130 a night to $395. Of course, this depends on the time of year, the day that you're coming, size of the room that you're choosing, etc. But the location between Chinatown and Union Square can't be beat. We're only a few blocks away from Pier 39, so we walked about a block, I think it was, caught bus number 8, and we headed straight down there to see sea lions and eat. And when we left in the morning to catch our bus for the California Zephyr trip, we left just before breakfast, and we're only a couple of blocks from an open bagel shop, less than 15-minute walk from the Amtrak station. So location for us was great. Union Square is also a big business center, so if you're on a business trip, it could be a great location for you as well. Overall, it was a very nice and welcoming hotel. They seem to have thought of everybody from business travelers to fitness enthusiasts to families to just vacationers. So I would recommend the hotel to anyone who is traveling to the San Francisco area. If you've been to the Hotel Triton, please let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel. If you like the original music in the background, you can find it on your favorite streaming app or right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road.
Let's hit the road.